Now, if you've been following my channel, it comes to no surprise that I love beer, and I love all types of beer, in fact, equally. From the perfectly crafted craft brew to the cheapest microbrewery you can find at your local liquor store. I love them all. And that inspired me, also because I'm Canadian, to rank and try all the cheapest Canadian beers I can find. Now, here are my prerogatives. Is that the word? Probably. It needs to be brewed in Canada. So you can have some American or European beer, but if they're brewed in Canada, it counts. Second of all, I can go out on the store and buy a 473 milliliter for about $2.35 or less. And thirdly, it just needs to be cheap and beer, man. So I got my Corona cooler full of beer, and I will be randomly selecting them and tasting them and then ranking them. This is the best and this is the worst. So without further ado, let's get into the skunky cheap beer, probably. And the first one I'll choose is... oh damn, it's James Ready 6. Now I've made a short about this. It is a Canadian beer brewed by Moosehead, and it's also their cheap alternatives. Moosehead is great, and their beer is pretty good, but they wanted to make a cheap, strong alternative, and this one is sitting at 6% ABV. I've had this one a lot recently, and just listen to that crack. It's like I'm a teenager all over again. And yeah, I've had a lot of this beer, so I'm kind of familiar. It smells like beer. It's kind of very malty. It does smell like a cheaper beer, but a quality cheaper beer. A beer that uses the best of the value ingredient. It's really sweet, really malty on the nose. I'm no beer expert. This is not going to be a scientific beer review. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, this smells like Flintstone vitamins. What does it taste like? You know, James Ready is a classic for a reason, and especially this version, which from what I remember, and I'll learn later because I have the regular one, I just feel like it's a better deal. You're getting more alcohol for the same price, and honestly, the taste is pretty decent. It's light, it's sweet, it's malty, it's a cheap, strong beer that doesn't have an aftertaste of sock, like others that I will try later. You know what? Even though this is probably a bad idea, I'm going in for seconds. This is how much I like this beer. So in first place so far, out of 1, we have James Ready 6.0. Also, what I like is it's not an ice beer, so that's good. It's crisp, it's great. I like this one. It's not a surprise coming from Moosehead, but you know. By the way, Moosehead, most famously known for being the beer prominently featured in the great slasher My Bloody Valentine. My favorite slasher, just so you know. If you're just here for beer, hi, I'm Spooky, I review movies. Alright, so far, number 1. Oh, I looked. Oh yeah, speaking of a classic Canadian beer, we have Labatt Bleu. Now if you're French Canadian, your uncle that drinks a bit too much probably either drinks this Labatt 50 or Molson Dry. This is your typical dive bar beer that you can probably still get at a bar for a couple of bucks. Last time I had this was at a strip club owned by the Hells Angels, and I had 6 of these, so I hope they're good because... I hope it's good because I remember really liking it, but I had also pre-drank before, and hi, my cat is right here. So yeah, Labatt Bleu. Oh yeah, smells... smells like my Christmas parties. Smells like a bar with sticky floors and questionable people. Smells like a guy buying coke in the washroom. It's lighter than what I remember. Maybe in bottles it's very different. It's very light, very approachable. It's easy to crush an entire can of this, honestly. Again, I've drank a lot many a times. But what I like is it doesn't just have that watery lager taste like a lot of these will have. It kind of has a skunky taste, but not in a bad way, in an enjoyable way, kind of like a Heineken. Now I'm gonna get some people angry by comparing Labatt Bleu to Heineken, but Heineken is just the Dutch version of Labatt Bleu. It's cheap, it's accessible, and this honestly is pretty good. Now, is it better than my trusted James Ready 6? We'll compare. Man, I'm kind of biased because there's a lot of not good but memories attached to the Labatt Bleu. This has a stronger flavor, which is funny because it's also a % of alcohol less. Yeah, no. Yeah, sorry James. You're getting the boot. Labatt Bleu, brassage de qualité depuis 1847. They're not lying. This is, I wouldn't say quality, but it certainly is good. I need to slow down on these pours. They're getting heavy. Oh, we're hitting all the classics. We've hit Nova Scotia. We've hit the French-Canadian community, kind of outside of Quebec, and now we're hitting the Canadian prairies, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, with old-style Pilsner. And I've enjoyed this one also quite a few times. It has a cute little rabbit. It's basically the dad beer of the prairies, from my understanding. I've never been to the prairies, but I've had friends who were there, and they tell me that people drink these like they're going out of style. And it's also a Pilsner, which is an interesting thing since most of these are going to be lagers. Now, all Pilsners are lagers, but not all lagers are Pilsners. But yeah, the Prairie Boys, will they take over the French Canadians and the Maritimers, I guess? It smells like light beer. I feel like there's gonna be an issue because so far they all pretty much taste the same, with Labatt Bleu really having a distinctive taste. Yeah, this is just good. This is just crushable, crisp. Doesn't smell like a strip club, but maybe a prairie strip club? Oh yeah, that's a stripper who works the field. Now, is it better than Bleu? The warmer this one gets, the worse it gets. I'm just gonna take a palate cleanser. Yeah, sorry James, you're getting the boot. Alright, let's go into the goodie bag once again, and hopefully, perhaps, I'm really hitting all the like staples of cheap, inexpensive college life or drunk uncle life of Canadian culture. Now this is Pabst Blue Ribbon. This one hits the Ontarian, but like from Toronto demographic. This is the I'm trying to be American, because we're basically in New York, even though they're in Toronto. I've also just made a short about this beer. I've drank a lot of this, especially recently. The thing is, this is great for when you're a broke college kid, and this is great when you're an adult who wants to save a few bucks and get an enjoyable buzz. So let's see. Just smells like PBR, and this is different from the American PBR. I've had PBR in the States and it wasn't as good, but maybe that's just me. Damn, this is so... It's just an easy drinker. Like, I like flavor in my beer, and this has a good flavor. Honestly, it's pretty comparable to Bleu. Like, it does have like this, not like hops, because clearly these are lagers for grandfathers, so it doesn't have a lot of hops, but there's something in these that make them a little less sweet, which I really enjoy. Yeah, fuck it. Stay true to yourself. PBR is the winner, the runner-up so far. I keep peeking at these, and there's one beer in this that I really don't want to drink. I've been holding up to make a video like this to drink it, and I really don't want to. Old Milwaukee, another one. Probably people are like, this isn't Canadian. Look, it's brewed in Mississauga by Sleeman. Just like PBR, it is the Canadian version, and this one had quite a crack. Now the main difference with this one is that it's lighter than everything I've had so far. This is 4.7? 4.9, no, sorry, is PBR the... No, they're all, okay. They're all surrounding the 5, and this one's 6. But, you know, they're all around the same percentage. I didn't even finish my PBR. Now, I just want to thank my Patreons. Even though this is a cheap beer tier list review, this is still Canada. So these were in total around $22. So I want to thank my Patreons, because without them, this video wouldn't be possible. Also, it's very different, so I hope my Patreons like it. And first of all, I noticed that the head, the best part, quickly dissipated. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm not a fan of Old Milwaukee. I've had it before. It smells like child abuse. That's all I can think of. It just has this smell, this putrid, like, gone bad beer smell, and shit, I'm gonna have to drink it. Okay. It's not good. In fact, this is just water beer, so at least they got the American beer thingy correct. This is not good. But it's not as bad. Why? Because it's all covered by corny sweetness, which this one feels almost like a malt liquor in its sweetness, but not in texture. I got drunk last year on a 6-pack of Old Milwaukee Ice, the 5.5%. As you'll see later in this video, my country has an obsession with ice beers. I had the worst beer shits of my life. That Old Milwaukee Ice, that blue can, just like 9/11, never again. But you know, there's still the pinup model on this. But is it worse or best than James Ready 6? And I'm telling you, the warmer this gets, the worse. I usually drink this in ice cold temperature. Update, my stomach is starting to hurt, so I'm probably gonna regret this video. But yeah, Old Milwaukee, it's better than James Ready 6. I'm really disappointed in James Ready 6 because I've drank so much of it in my life. Yet, compared to these, I could have probably saved a few cents. Oh, speaking of James Ready, we got the regular one, the 5.5. So this is sitting at 5.5% ABV. It's the same price from what I remember from the 6, but it's less strong. So will it taste better? That is the good question. See, I'm scientific in my research. Now, even though I have an upset stomach right now, and this was probably a bad idea, a waste of money, and my tummy hurt, here we have James Ready 5.5. It's the same fucking thing. It's literally the same fucking beer. This one's sweeter, but this has more flavor. It doesn't try to hide its flavor by over sweetening the beer, so James Ready, come on, Moosehead. I love regular Moosehead though. Regular Moosehead, if I just did regular Canadian beer, regular Moosehead would probably pull ahead. I ruined it for, oh no, I still have 3 left. God damn, how much beer did I fucking buy? Carling Lager. Out of all of these, this is one of the 2 that I've never had. And this is interesting because this is an old man beer. Carling is Not really a brand I'm familiar with. I've only had their Carling Black Label when I was a college student, and of course the very strong Carling Black Label Dry, but I've never just had their regular lager. Now, I work at a liquor store, and the only people buying this beer are usually not under the age of 50. So is it because it's trash, or is it just awaiting a revival like PBR had? Oh, this is very clear. This is also 4.9%. This is like Michelob Ultra Clear. This is like bad urine clear. Wow, but the head is perfectly fine, perfectly manageable. Ooh! Ooh, what the? That is appalling. It's a like 4.9% ABV beer. Why does it taste like a Colt 45? Oh, this is just banana syrup. Oh, fuck no. Oh, oh, wow. You're going dead last, homie. I still, what the? Okay, so you remember that banana flavored cough syrup that you had as a kid? That's what it tastes like. That is disgusting. I never want to see you again, Carling, with your shitty, stupid lion. I think Carling is only like in Canada and I think England. Yeah, I know it's Canadian, but please, England, keep Carling away from us. That is vile. Like, why? It should just taste like a beer. It should taste like a Labatt Bleu. Why does it taste like baby throw up? Oh, this is horrible. Molson Brews, Carling, in my personal opinion, in my professional Canadian opinion, Molson is a shit tier beer company. I don't like Canadian. I sure as fuck don't like Carling. And, oh, never mind. They made this. They did make one of the best on this table. Alright, oh no. It's almost like God wanted me to do this because all that is left is the category of strong beer. Now this is Pabst Blue Ribbon Strong, the cousin of Pabst Blue Ribbon. I've had this before, and usually when I'm at the point in the night where I grab a Pabst Blue Ribbon Strong, I'm getting pretty fucked up, and yeah, this is gonna be quite interesting because this is the first time I'm drinking this sober. So it's a full 1% stronger. We'll see, is it more James Rady 6 or is it more Pabst Blue Ribbon? And again, these strong beers have no head. And an aroma that would wake up the dead. Jesus Christ. What is that smell? It smells like Chemical X. Is that what created the Powerpuff Girls? Now, I like strong beer. I know it doesn't look like it because this is at the bottom, but usually I really like this. I like this. In fact, I'm gonna drink it again. But man, there's something about like the cheapest bottom of the barrel strong beers where they just add malt and sweetness to make it strong that I don't fuck with. And Pabst Strong is that reason why. Cold enough I could crush this, which probably makes it better than Carling. But right now, it's going at the bottom. Sorry, Paps. Alright. Now the dreaded Laker Ice. I'm in Ontario, a Canadian province, if you will. And this is an exclusive Ontarian beer. Now, it was known for a while for being the strongest beer you could buy for $2. Now it's $2.25, I think. It is known for one thing and one thing only. If you walk in our wonderful cities, either Ottawa, Toronto, Oshawa, Merrickville, if you see empty cans of beers left there by the homeless population, this is the can you're gonna see. I sell a lot of these. I once was walking down Chinatown and a man, looked about my age, was walking behind us with a 6-pack of this open and just openly drinking it. No care, not a single fuck given for open container laws. He was just drinking his Laker Ice and probably having a ball. I've never had Laker Ice because I was waiting to make this video. Now this video has been planned for a while, and even though it's not going how I want to, I want to put an emphasis on Laker Ice's importance in my province and in my Canadian pride. So without further ado, here's my first taste of Laker Ice. Now it's lighter than these two, but I doubt it's as good as these two. By the way, even though this is best to worst, I've drank all of these, except Carling, and this one, many times, and I like them. This is just compared to them. I would usually grab a 6-pack of James Ready, or, grab a few James Ready 6 and suckle on them for the entire night. And yes, I am delaying the inevitable of having to drink Laker Ice. It's pungent. I can smell it, and my nose is blocked because of my allergies, and it's going through. Like these other, I've been able to smell when I put them close to my nose. This, I'm smelling it out of the fucking can. This is not good, people. Oh, God. Laker Ice. It's clear, it's yellow, it's fucking pungent. Wow, okay, this is gonna be interesting. It doesn't smell good. I like Laker. I like their red and I like their blue. I couldn't find either of those, but you can always find the old trusty Laker Ice. Oh. First of all, the smell carries through the taste. It's pungent. It's not hoppy. It's not even sweet. It's like a mix of. It's dry, which usually these strong beers are sweet. It's just dry, and it has the aftertaste of a used cum sock. I don't like this. Jesus Christ, it smells pukey. In a pinch, like, I got a few dollars, it's a bad day, I just want to get drunk. Take these. These are 10 cents more than this. And they're 10 times better than this. Wow, this is Laker Ice. This is what my customers have been drinking all their lives. Quick history lesson. Laker is brewed by Waterloo, which is the first craft brewery from my province. They make most of their money selling this shit, not craft beer. And when it was $2 a can just a few years ago, oh man, we sold these by the cases. We'd go through 1 or 2 cases a day, and we're a small store from a town of about 1,000 people, and we get through 2 cases of these. at the bottom. I don't want to see you ever again. Don't ever come to my fucking house. I'm never... Fuck, Jesus Christ. It's not... From the can, it's worse because you get that metallic tinny. Oh yeah, this is... I have one left. And it's the boss battle, people. So I'm gonna go get it because it's still in the fridge. But yeah, so far, and I feel like it's gonna stay that way, PBR the best, then La Bad Bleu. Honestly, they're interchangeable. Now that this has warmed up a bit, just gonna re-rank these. You know what? I'm gonna give it to the Prairie Boys. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Prairie Boys. This is pretty good. It's good, but it can't beat my Paps. Old Milwaukee is that high? It's decent. No, I like James Ready more than this. James Ready 6. No. No, fuck no. Pap Strong? Nope. And these two I'm not even touching. Yeah, this is my ranking right now. I'm gonna go get the boss battle. You don't know how much trouble this was to get. I had to go to another province. Now, good thing I was in that province, because I was dropping off my parents at the airport. It's bush ice. I don't know why I wanted this video to include bush ice, but here it is. The Anheuser-Busch representation. We have Sleeman, we got Molson, we got Labatt, we got Moosehead, we got Carlsberg now? Yeah, Carlsberg makes this now. But now we got Anheuser-Busch with Bush Ice. Now, from my understanding, this is a Canadian thing. I've had regular Busch a lot in college, but Bush Ice, that's the proudly Canadian product. Bush Ice is an ice beer just like Laker Ice, so that's promising. Which basically means it's frozen to get more alcohol out of it, and it's cheaper than regular Busch, so I don't know. It's just basically spicier Busch. Spicy Busch, I like that. And I could only get this big fuck off can, because again, wasn't available in my province. I overpaid for this, by the way. Oh, that's a big crack. That's a 710 milliliter big crack. Now, Bush Ice is the new Laker Ice, because in their brave new invention, that wasn't a sentence, they've decided to up Laker Ice and take a bit of their profit margin by making it 6% instead of the classical ice beer 5.5. Ever since then, as somebody who works in a liquor store, Bush Ice sales have actually been going through the roof. It's the same price as this, but 0.5% stronger. Is it 0.5% better though? Doesn't smell better. In fact, I'm pretty sure it smells worse. It's pungent of sweet malts and fucking regrets. Nothing good has the word ice on it when it comes to alcohol. Jesus Christ. Cheers. It's fucking vile. Oh my god. Oh, thunder. The gods are mad at me for even thinking that Bush Ice would be a good idea. Oh my god, this is... Yep, Bush Ice is... Ain't it, chief? It's also very pukey, it's also very smelly like feet. And yeah, I dread this. This is bad. Why did I do this? I spent all this money to come to the conclusion that PBR is the best cheap beer in Canada, in my opinion. Not the best, my favorite. So I don't know where to put Bush. I think I was too harsh with Carling. Dude, how can Carling be as bad as a fucking ice beer? Which one is worst? My cat is back. Is it Laker Ice or Bush Ice? I think that's the principal takeaway of this video. Laker Ice? Dreadful. Oh, she's scared. She's scared of the thunder. I'm gonna go take care of her after this. Bush Ice? Fucking dreadful too. They're equal in my books. This one just comes in a big can. So what did we learn today, people? We learned that PBR, I like. I'm a bit biased, so I'd go with Old Style Pilsner is probably my favorite, well, along with PBR. So this is my like S tier. These are the beers I could drink not every day, because, you know, alcoholism, but I could drink anytime somebody offers me. I'd even go out of my way, and I've done this before, to pick up a few PBRs, a few Old Style Pilsner, not blue, so blue is gonna be my B tier. Blue the B tier we got James Ready 5.5, not the 6, and La Bad Bleu. Our C tier, I feel like Old Milwaukee and James Ready 6. Again, I like James Ready 6, just it cannot compete with the other beers on here. My D tier, PBR Strong. I'm gonna drink this in the future, and I've drank a lot of this, and I'm gonna drink more in the future. So I feel like, you know, I like it. F tier, it's fucking Carling, Laker Ice, and of course Bush Ice, which I think outdid Laker Ice as the worst beer in this tier list. Is it the worst beer that I've ever had? It's pretty damn close. This and Cold 45, honestly, I don't know which one I'd take less. Hope you guys like this video, and if you want to see more, I have a few ideas for these like hood beers, which are like strong European and Cold 45. But yeah, this was a fun video to make. I am intoxicated. Hopefully this was recording. And yeah, funny thing is, after this video, I'm gonna have some of these, and I'm more likely to finish this because it's colder.